Here we are at the entrance of Potapo Loop Campground, however they call it. Not too bad coming in through here. So here's your entrance. There's other sites going up this way. We got about 3 down here we're going to go look at. Here's site number 1. So not too bad, 30 amp it looks like. I mean, you're right up at the water. If you're gonna camp with a buddy, a friend, or something like that, these two would be really good. 1 and 2. Just be mindful of the length of your rig, and I will show you in a moment why I say that. But that's 1. Number 2 right next to it. Great, again, great view of the lake. Got that little patio, your grill over here too, if you like to use that. Right behind me here is site 3. This is one of their pull-throughs. But what you got to remember is you got to slope up right here. So if you've got a larger rig, you might need to be mindful and careful. And then you have a slope right there. So be careful of the length of the pad. I think this one looks like this might be 50 amp as well. Let's see. Yep, that one's 50 amp. So that's kind of nice. They got a 50 amp here. Here's what I was talking about with longer rigs. I've seen a couple people struggle with it. If you're coming from here, it won't be too bad because you can take a real wide turn. But here I saw a huge triple axle. He did a great job getting out, not hit anything. I was very surprised. But where they struggle coming here is not only going battling the uphill, but right there, that rock caused a lot of issues. So if you have a really long rig, I'm trying to think about like my rig, which is 38 bumper to tongue. I think we'd be okay, especially if we pull in and we stay hugged to this side, closer to this side. Then as we leave, we have room to kind of loop around. So just be very mindful as you go. You may have to go forward and back. Whereas if you were down there, like I said, you could take a little bit wide of a turn so you can kind of miss clipping all that right there. But you do have a good uphill here. Site number 4. So your pad looks like it ends right about here. You are sloped up a little bit here, so you do have to be mindful. If you have a slightly larger rig, watch your size for sure online, what they tell you the length is, because you don't have a lot of room to push back if you have stabilizers in the back. Right behind it is number 16, and this one is actually, I just walked up the pedestal, didn't realize it, but this one is 50 amp. So you got a little bit of a slope going up here, and then once you get back there, you can push back just a little bit. You got some nice stairs coming down here. This would be a pretty nice site. I like it. You can sit over there on the bench, have a view of the lake. You can have a setup here as well. There's no sites down here, so you unobstructed view with 50 amp. It is not full hookups though. Here's site 15. So again, some of these on this back side here, you got a slope coming up. You do have a little bit of room before your bumper may hit back there. So 15, I believe it's 30 amp. You have a view of some of your neighbors down there, but if you're looking up, it looks like, especially if you don't have anybody there at 4, your picnic table there will overlook it. Right next to it is number 14. Once again, look at the length of the pads that are on the site. They're pretty accurate from what I have experienced here. So you can see where your pad ends. You got a little bit of space, small little slope here. So longer rig, you still be okay. You can probably park your truck down the road somewhere. You got some room pushed back, picnic table up in the back. Right behind me here is number 5. So this one's a pretty good one. None of these are full hookups. This, I believe, is also 30 amp. You got a little bit of a view. Your picnic table, though, is kind of back tucked this way. So you got one here and one up on the little patio, which is nice. You can pick and choose. But you are going to have a view of some of the other trailers that might, or RVs, I should say, because who knows if they're trailers. You're going to have a view of some of the other people, but you got a nice little view between the trees of the lake. So very well shaded. Most of these sites would stay shaded, I would assume, during the summer. Here is site 6. So your approach isn't too bad. Got lots of clearance. Pad doesn't look very long, but you also have this area too. A little bit to push back. Not too much compared to other spots. This one's definitely also a full hookup as well. Got a nice view. Just like I said, keep in mind you got some space. You can always park your vehicle elsewhere if you are grabbing an extra one with you. I could show you 8 because this is my trailer, but you can see we pushed further back. I was trying to make it so my sewer hose can go without making an extra, extra hose didn't work. So keep that in mind, depending where your setup is. I would have liked to have those on here. It's okay, we did great. And then my truck, you can park over here or right behind me across the way. There's some spaces off to the side. Some of these places will have. Number 9, again, it's a full hookup. Your sewer's in the back. You have some room to push back a little bit here as well before it kind of drops off back there. Again, I believe they're all labeled with the length of the pad, the cement pad, but you do have a little bit of extra room to come out here. So kind of like how we have ours, our tongue is in the gravel, but 9's got a nice little view of everything as well. I'll come around this side for you. Obviously no big obstructions backing into this one, so if you struggle backing in or need some extra time backing in, this would be a good one for you. Here's site 13. If I remember right, they're pretty short pads. Got a little slope here, but again, you still have a little bit tiny room to push back, not too much. 30 amp there. Right across from it is site number 10. Now, last time we stayed here, this is where we were at. So if you kind of want to go back and watch that vlog to see how far back we pushed, I know we went pretty close to the edge back there. There is a little box here. Did not know it when we originally booked. Sewers back there by the pedestal. But it was a nice site, easy back into, plenty of room. Again, our trailer, 38 feet bumper to tongue, and I'm pretty sure the tongue jack was probably up here somewhere. The edge, you can see the edge of cement right there. The one thing I did like, you had a view of the whole lake, but then you had a view of the cove. So this was kind of a, yeah. So when we would set up, we'd set up, stare out that way. Again, that's site number 10. Nice views as usual. 30 amp full hookup. All right, we are approaching 11. You can see your sewer back here, and this might be a 50. I'll go back and look, but I thought we're 30 through here. I'll go look. Anyway, this is a nice one. The only downfall is you got the view of back there, but you could set up all your stuff and look this way over at the lake. Again, this is my favorite part of this whole park, these patios up along here. Resort style. And you do have some room to push back, so if you do have a bigger rig, you should be okay. And you got plenty of approach room. Plenty. But the size of this, this might be, let's look. Nope, it's 30. It's 30. It looks like they got it blocked off there. So those are pretty much all the sites from our loop. I had to skip one because there's an RV there. It's very similar. 7 was that one. Very similar to all the other ones. They're all full hookups, all view of the lake. 30 amp as well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to comment, like, and share if you found anything. Please subscribe if you would like.